Good afternoon, folks, or good morning, folks. I guess it's not even new yet. It's going on 10:30 here in beautiful Frederick, Colorado. It is April 22nd, lucky 22 for all your roulette players out there. That's one of my favorite numbers. But anyways, I thought I'd do a special edition here, I guess, if you will. It's rare that we get these, but behind me, we got a beautiful 2021 Newmar Dutch Star 4369 bath and a half floor plan, and thought I'd talk to you about this one today. It's one we just got in stock. It is available. It is a used one. It's got 18,331 miles, 205 hours on the generator, but it's been very well kept. So let's start around the corner. One thing just to mention real quick, I almost forgot. For those that want to check out some other inventory pieces, some other videos, please click below on this YouTube page. There's some different links there where you can view our inventory at our website or view different videos of different products. So please go ahead and check that out. So let's start over here. We'll start at the generator area. So I'm going to pull this latch in here. There's a latch that releases the generator hood, if you will. I'm going to lift this up, and there's one more. Put these here because I can't see with my glasses on. There's one more release valve right here. If I pull this here, that'll release the gen so I can slide it out. As you can see, it's got 204 hours, 204.6, so 205 hours on the generator. And you can see this is a 10,000 watt diesel generator. This particular coach got ordered with the all-electric package, the 2,800 watt pure sine inverter, the 10,000 watt generator, and also the induction cooktop. So, and then as you can see, it's easy to get in here to access the air line, which is located here. If you want to tap into the air on the coach, you can plug in a little 50-foot air hose and use that to put air into other vehicle tires, or to put in air in the tires on this coach. The red handle you see over here, it's got a hot water line. So after you do a long trip, you want to hook a hose to that, turn on the hot water, spray off all the bugs on the coach. Makes it easy for cleanup. Over on this side, we've got the hydraulics. You get a shot of that. That's where the hydraulics are located. So you do have an all tile floor coach. When they do a full wall slide, Newmar does a hydraulic slide on the full wall slide, and it's also for your automatic hydraulic leveling system. Push that back in. Close this up here. Again, we're on stock number 5U220509, 2021 Newmar Dutch Star 4369. We've got the slides all closed up because I've had a few comments from you guys out there, and we really appreciate the viewers out there. But when we go inside in a little bit, you'll be able to see what it's like with all the slides in. Then I'll run the slides out. So hang in there with us, and we'll make our way around this coach and go on the inside and show all those features. So this first bay here is the wiring harness and fuse bay for the chassis. So this is a Spartan K2 chassis. That's going to be where your wiring harness is, and a lot of your fuses are located for power seats, for turn signals, for brake lights, anything really tied into the Spartan chassis. Typically, you got a lot of these features are going to be located in here. You got a 150-gallon fuel tank. You can fillable on both sides. You have your steer tires. These are going to be 365 steers. And when we get to the back, they're 315s on the rear. You got a 20,000, I believe that's right, but a 20,000 pound axle up front. It's an independent IFS, independent front suspension. First bay here, we've got the 8 batteries. You've got 8 AGM batteries on a slide tray. Makes it easy to access. That's your house batteries. You notice as when I'm opening these doors, how they drop down. Very innovative by Newmar. So that way this slide comes out, drops down, so you don't have to worry about these doors getting damaged. This is going to be full pass-through tray. You got a 90-inch slide tray. It slides all the way in and out on both sides. Next bay down, we've got the wider pass-through tray. So it's got both pass-through trays. This comes all the way out. We slide out on both sides. These items you see here, we've got a manual crank out for the entrance awning here. These two brackets here. If you ever get in a situation where you need to manually crank the big full wall slide in, that's what these are for. And you do have some extra loose tile. If you ever drop something on the tile floor inside, you do have some spare tile if you need to replace any. Next bay over, we got a hydronic heat. So the Oasis hydronic heat has 2 electric elements. It's also a diesel fire element. It's kind of like baseboard heating in a home, but this is quiet. It's residential. You don't hear it when it's running, and that heats your hot water. It gives you continuous hot water, and it also heats the coach. Next bay over, we've got a 50-foot, 50 amp power cord. So if I run this out and I plug it into my pedestal, that gives me power to the coach off the 50 amps. And then right here on the door, makes life easy, especially when it's cold out, to run these back in. Put that down here. And of course this little area here, so you can latch that in so you can close your door. And then the other components in here, you got your transfer switch, cable hookups, satellite. If you have a tripod satellite, you get two locations for satellites. You get cable and 2 satellite locations. Next bay over, dump station. This comes with a macerator pump. So the RV SantaCon, this will actually grind up all the solids and pump your wastewater out. It has a 75-gallon fresh or gray water, and it has a 55-gallon black water tank. Whole house water filtration system, outside shower. Your city water is also on you pull it out to hook it up, and you push a button here to run it in. Very clean, nice, easy setup. Everything's nicely labeled by Newmar so you can see what each item operates. Drive axle, you got 4 tires across, those are 315s. The tag axle, you got 2 tires, 315s again. This is a steerable or passive steer on the Spartan chassis. And then you've got a location here for some of your items for the dump station. Keep your sewage hose, gloves, chemicals, things like that you want to keep in here. And then here we got the diesel exhaust fluid. This is where you add the diesel exhaust fluid. The reservoir is on the other side. We got a side radiator. Exit door. I'll show you that when we get to the rear bathroom, how that works. Very clean coach, guys. It's really nice shape. So we've got 15,000 pound tow hitch. So it's a 450 horsepower Cummins diesel engine with 1,450 pound-foot of torque. You've got an air line here for those that you want to tow using an air system. It's already got a 7-way plug for brake controller. Your hitch, of course, is rated to tow up to 15,000 pounds. And with the side radiator, makes it easy to access all my belts and hoses. You can see the change filter system here is clean. We will do a full oil service on this and gin service on it. It's typically our policy here on all used coaches. As you can see, it's easy to access everything here in the back. It's also a location for your Oasis. This is where you keep the glycol That's what helps heat the coach and heat your hot water. You see the little camera here? So this has a 360 camera view. So it does give it takes this camera. There's another camera on the driver's side of the coach. There's another camera right here. If you stay right there, I'll just kind of point it out, but you got another camera here. There's one on the front of the coach, and it stitches those camera views together and gives you an image of the rooftop, kind of you see all the way around the coach. Again, I'll show you that when we got on the inside there. Chassis battery location. It's also where your disconnects. You got your disconnect switches there for your chassis batteries. Again, I mentioned the diesel exhaust fluid. So when you pull into a lot of these truck stops, your diesel fluid on the gun is usually on the driver's side. So that's why it's got that door on the other side. The actual location for it's going to be here. So you can actually fill it here with twisting this off to fill that as well. And then this has got a 105-gallon freshwater tank. This is the location of the freshwater tank on most of your Newmar product. It's right in front of the drive axle. It's where a lot of the weight is located for the water. Instead of the side of a freshwater tank, they give you a little pegboard, a little shelving, good place to keep chemicals, tools, gloves. You got the pegboard to hang other items. And then we get to the other side of the storage. So we've got a 3/4 tray here. So this tray just pulls out on the passenger side, and of course when it closes, it backs up to that Oasis, which is on the other side. You do have some other components in here: awning controls, slide control panels, intervac. It's got central vacuum, whole house central vac system. And then I pulled this one out earlier, so this slides all the way out here. And we got the other full pass-through storage tray here as well. And right up above here, we've got outside entertainment. So if you notice how it's angled down, so if I pull this out, I can actually tilt it and then angle it. It's really nice to get the sun glare off of it if you're using the television in the daytime. And then you have the Bose soundbar. Got some loose remote controls. I've got the awnings out right now, but it does have the full-on Girard package. For those of you that are familiar with the Girard package, it has the Girard awning. So on the actual slide outs, when I run these out, it's got the actual Girards, which are angled. It's got the bristles on them, so it's kind of gets all the trash and debris and snow or whatever's collecting on those slides out. And then you got this nice pitch on this awning here. You got an LED light that runs the whole length of the coach. Gives you some good shade coverage outside. And again, we got the other opposite side for the 150-gallon fuel tank. Keyless entry. So we've got you can program your entrance code to enter the coach, to lock the coach. And also all of your compartment doors are on a lock and unlock key fob, as well as using the keypad here. All right, I'm gonna go in first, and then Jody's gonna follow me. And you guys will get to see how it looks with the slides all in. So come on in. So if I'm the owner of this Dutch Star and I need to get to the back, I've got the slides in, I've got plenty of room here. I can walk right back here, sneak back here to the fridge. I want to grab my cold drink out of here, make a sandwich. Passengers want to get up and make a sandwich or something, still get back here. And then your bathroom's here. It's tight, but the door opens in like so. So I can access the bathroom and I can actually use the half bath. We'll get a better shot of that in a little bit when we get the slides all out. So that's pretty much it. You can get all the way to your pantry, your half bath, your fridge, and of course you got plenty of room to still navigate here. So I'm going to start the generator up because it is getting warm in here. So on these diesel motorhomes, you got to prime the generator first, which if you can see right down here, I'm holding down this in the stop mode. It's solid orange, which lets me know it's primed. Hold it forward, give it a minute, crank right up. I don't know if y'all heard that, but very quiet. Turn the generator on. Then up top here, I'm gonna go straight to my HVAC. It's gonna be located here. I tap this here. It says HVAC right here where my finger's at. Tap on here. You can see the power's on right now, except the mode is off. I'm gonna go to cool. I'll just turn the living room on. Maybe we'll get the bedroom on too here. A couple of those on. So that'll kick on my air conditioners. You give it a minute for everything to kick in, and that should turn on. While we're up here, we've got some slide controls, some exterior lights, step controls. That controls your step from going in and out every time you open and close the door. Block heater, if you're plugged in, that turns on the block heater to keep your fluids from gelling up on the diesel engine. Security lights on the passenger side, and then on the driver's side, your controls for the Oasis. I mentioned to you the two electric elements. Here's the diesel burner to turn that on. Next one over here is going to be your over-the-air antenna, and then this far one on the top left here is your Magnum 2800 watt pure sine inverter. With that on, that's going to allow you to have 110 using it inverts 12 volt to 110, so you have power on things like your electrical outlets, your TVs, I believe your convection microwave oven, so things like that. And then also there's some different modes in here which we show you how to set up your automatic gen start. The AGS is programmed through the inverter. Next item down below here is your awning controls. So you have the remote control, plus you can actually operate it from here. And then we have the entrance door awnings located here, entrance door light, and then you're off. These are awning controls for the driver's side and then one for the passenger side. And then this panel here is your EMS. Right now you can see we're running on generator, but there's some different settings here. If you need to turn it down to like a 15 amp setting, a 20 amp, 30 amp, you can control that here if you're plugged in. If you're converted down all the way to say just a little electrical outlet at 15 amps, you can control that using this device here. Again, this is your energy management system. So if you want to turn around, I'm gonna run these slides out so you guys can see these slides going out. I'm gonna run the big full wall slide out. So I mentioned to you out there the hydraulics is for the jacks. It's also for this slide room that I'm running out right now. So this is a full wall slide, all tile floor, hydraulic slide out. It's gonna go all the way straight out, and it's gonna go 90 degrees down. I'm just gonna keep holding my button until I hear the hydraulics kind of wind down. There we go. And then I'll run this kitchen slide out. You can see how much room this is really opening up the living room. And if you noticed, as you were shooting the image back here, it has the optional, over here to the right, the recliner chairs with that end table. This end table pulls out here. You've got a couple of nice cup holders, a nice big deep drawer for keeping items. Over here we've got your switch here. I'm going to push that one time, a little toggle switch. It's actually going to bring my television up. These seats both swivel around. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
What's the question? Marshall wants to know if he has a game or a game platform plugged in, will it kill the power every time? What was the question?
Okay, like a PlayStation or Xbox, or?
If the inverter's shut off, will it kill the power every time?
No, well, the generator on gives me power for everything. The inverter is going to power your electrical outlets, so a game system would work fine off of an inverter. The main reason you want the generator running is typically these air conditioners pull too many amps. So you've got three 15,000 BTU air conditioners. You do need the generator, that 10,000 watt diesel generator, on in order to run all your air conditioners. The generators are not hardwired to the inverter at all. So, but the electrical system, which for your game system is, so the inverter would work fine for a game system. Yep, good question. Okay, so up front here, I decided to go over some of the Spartan controls. So it is, right, a lot of these systems here are Newmar features. You get the 360 camera view, and then push button, touch screen monitor here for all your different radio, navigation, your side cameras, your backup camera, your 360 camera is going to also be all through this system here. Down below here are some switches for your shades. So I've got pedal adjustment. Your pedals down below will go in and out. I can control the visors from here. My driver's side visor is electric. If I just hold this down, that will lower it, raise it. And then, what do I do with the keys? Oh. It helps to have keys when you want to show the dash cluster. So I apologize, I was trying to figure out where I put them. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this on. So you can see the new, well, in I believe it was 2020, they got this new LED Spartan dash cluster, which is really nice, easy to read. And then if I start this up, you can see how the wheel is really simple and easy to steer. This does have comfort drive. That's a feature that Newmar has been putting on their diesel motorhomes since 2007. Still doing it to this day. It really makes the steering really easy. And you can control that comfort drive by going into the settings, and I go into this here. It says comfort drive. I can select comfort drive, and then I can actually toggle up and down to set it. The higher the setting, the more tension you're going to have on the steering wheel, and obviously the lower the setting, the less tension you have on the steering. The steering wheel will auto center if I'm backing this coach up and I get it into, I've got somebody helping me park it behind me, I can hear them. I can also, if I get it lined up maybe I'm in a lane and I want to let go of my wheel because maybe my wheels are cocked right or cocked left a little bit. Let go of the wheel, it takes it right back to center, and that'll take you straight back into your parking spot where you're trying to park. Let me go into the cameras here. Let's see here. Camera control, 360. So there's my 360 I was mentioning earlier. So it gives you, and then if I toggle through this switch here, these are some different, that's the right camera, that's the front camera, the back camera, front, just whatever preference you have. This gives you the bird's eye view plus your rear. So kind of a neat feature when especially if you're on a multi-lane highway, you can see all the vehicles left and right of you as you're going 65, 70 miles an hour. So neat feature there. It does have over here on the left side, it's going to be for my leveling system, automatic hydraulic leveling system. The transmission, 6-speed Allison transmission, auto traction override is going to be located here. Also, this switch is going to be for lowering and raising the window. If you're going through tolls, it's kind of nice to be able to have a power window. And then right here is going to be the engine brake in the middle. That turns the engine brake on, and that turns it off. The switch on the far right is high, medium, or low. Those are the different settings for the driver. At comfort setting, if you're coming down a steep grade, you can set that to your preference to help slow the coach down without having to constantly be on the brakes. And then this button on the far left is your tag dump. Typically I keep it forward in the auto position, because every time you go into reverse, it's going to dump the air and auto center those tags, so that moves all the weight to the drive axle, so you don't have much tire scrub, especially when you're backing it into a turn. And then up here we've got the parking brake, mirror controls. This little pad here is handy because you can actually wirelessly charge your cell phones. If I can get it lined up there, typically it will charge. And there it goes right there. It's just accepted the charge, and it's a little sticky pad, so when you're driving, it's not going to go flying anywhere. It stays right where it's at. And then, of course, down below here, we've got some. You've got a battery boost control here on the house or the chassis. If you lose house battery, you can merge the chassis to the house to try to crank the generator using the chassis batteries, and then vice versa. If you lose, if you need to crank the generator off the chassis batteries, you can actually toggle the chassis with the house as well. I may have said that backwards, but light controls, reading lights. That's going to be a dome light for up above me, and then yeah, that's going to be most of the dash components. Yeah, if you do end up purchasing a motorhome from us, plan on spending a little bit more time with us going through all these, but that's kind of a brief overview of some of these features in the cockpit area. Okay, let's go to the living room. I'm going to turn these on here. I'm going to show you some good lighting here. You got lots of countertop space. You actually have some additional countertop space here that this will pull out. It gives you lots of counter space for working in the kitchen. You have your 55-inch LED television. These are all storage overhead. You guys have probably heard me mention this a lot with Newmar product. They keep the insulation consistent from the ceiling to rooftop in your slide headers. So that is actually nice, especially if you're in really hot climates. It doesn't work those air conditioners as hard in the summertime. And then of course the wintertime, it doesn't work the furnace as hard to keep it warm inside. And in humid climates, you're not going to get any. There's some other brands out there that you could see some moisture build up in your slides, and that's the last thing you want, is any kind of moisture dripping inside of your slide out. So something to keep in mind. You have a Blu-ray player on this model. You've got a toggle switch here between your ground satellite. Earlier I mentioned you've got a tripod satellite hookup, and there's another switch up above here for the rooftop satellite. Bose soundbar. And anytime you get the recliner chairs, you're going to get a fold and tumble air mattress. I'm not going to run that out right now, but if you'd like to see it out, just let me know and we can show you pictures of that out. This has a dishwasher. You got the induction cooktops. This will have the cutting boards on the flip side of these covers. One thing with Newmar and your induction cooktops, these are removable. If you want to unplug it and go outside and cook, you can. Put these back in here. And then this has the optional double bowl undermount. It's instead of the stainless steel double sink, this has the double bowl core in. It's the same material as the actual countertops. And got some good storage here. Convection microwave oven. Place for your trash. Another place to hide. So these covers, they actually will store. You can slide them in here. There's a little place here. You just kind of pop them in place. Just to keep them out of the way while you're using these. And there's a place for all of these. Okay. Some more multiplex lighting. So as you can see, I'm just tapping these little switches. Those are throughout the whole coach for operating your different zones for lighting. This one has the freestanding table and chairs, and actually this table here, it expands out, goes in, and it's loose. So if you wanted to bring this table out, you can have it out here in the middle, wherever you want, for extra workspace. But it does separate out. There's some extra leaves that go in place. And then of course, when you're in travel, you just want to slide it back in here. And it can be a workstation. So down below here, you've got a place you could put a printer, place to keep a little laptop computer. You've got USB port and electrical outlet over here with a little conduit, place where you can run all your wiring down below. And then on the opposite side here is storage, file cabinet on the very bottom, and all your overhead storage here. These are a little more shallow because when you stand up in this area, you want to be able to not bang your head on the overhead cabinets. That's why you see how these come out, and they do get a little deeper all the way down. Okay, we'll go to the back. You got the all-electric refrigerator. It's got a water dispenser here, ice maker down below. Nice big refrigerator. It's a narrow refrigerator, so that allows for a wider pantry. So these are push to release, so they don't go flying open when you hang it hard left. And you got all your pantry items in here that opens this door and you have a mess. But yeah, push to release, kind of a nice feature that Newmar did in 21. Okay. While you're asking, I'm going to run this slide out. Go ahead.
Is this unit new or used?
It is a used one. 18,000, I mentioned just over 18,000 miles, I believe is what this one has on it. I've got it wrote down over there, but yeah, it is a used coach. It's been well cared for, so nothing wrong with a used coach. You know, it's previous owners, if there were any new product in any used product, can have things that need to be adjusted over time, but that's typically the good news on a used coach. It's in well taken care of condition. Is the anything that was wrong with it hopefully has been taken care of. But please know that we do a thorough inspection on a used coach and make sure everything on this coach is working properly. So far everything is, as I'm kind of going through it. So good question. While you're there, just want to show this. So this is a pocket door for the bedroom, and it closes off the master bedroom. And then of course, as you can see, your guests, they still have access to the half bath. I'm going to get a shot at that. Gives you a look at the half bath. Your central vacs are down below. I'll sneak in there real quick. So this pops up. That turns the central vac on. So if you're sweeping up, sweep it to that location. It sucks all the trash and debris in there. And then of course that does have hose attachments that hook up there as well. This is also a location for your fuses. The house fuses are going to be located in here. The house breakers are in here. So if your slides are all in and you have something that's electrical issue, it's still easy to get to it. You're not having to crawl up underneath a bed. You can walk down the middle of the coach, get right to your fuse box or fuse panel and breaker panel. Master bedroom has a king size bed. And this one got the optional. If you notice, there's no windows on both sides of this bed. That's because the previous owners, or this coach in particular, was ordered with the adjustable bed. That is an option. Standard is just a regular pillow top mattress without the adjustable bed. There's a little switch here on the side that will raise, kind of like a hospital bed, if you will. So this raises up and kind of pulls back. Anytime you have this option, it eliminates the windows with Newmar. So for those of you out there that plan on ordering a motorhome and you want this adjustable bed, just remember that you're going to lose your windows. So, food for thought. Overhead, we've got some good storage. If you notice, there's an electrical outlet in the overhead here. Let me get some lights on here. Let's see here. A little bit more light there. So you can actually run, if you have sleeping machines, you could plug it in overhead and run your lines out the bottom here. I'm noticing a Sleep Number mattress, so not only is it an adjustable bed, it's also a Sleep Number mattress. One thing I didn't mention to you, this also has the MCD roller shades. So I missed that in the living room, but if you pan over to this, should be able to get this to come down. So that's going to be the night shade. And of course, if I toggle over to the day, it's just got the one window in the master bedroom here for this remote here. So. Okay, so we got the overhead Samsung LED TV, 43-inch TV. We got some good storage. Open these up, and then all your six. You've got 6 what look like drawers below. They're actually 5. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full extension drawers. This one that looks like a drawer just pops straight down. Got a place for your Blu-ray player, and that shelf, that adjustable shelf there, is if you want to add a game system, like Mitch asked me earlier, or if you want to add a satellite dish receiver in here. And then also, pan over here. I just noticed this, and I didn't mention this earlier. This coach came equipped with heated tile floor. So this is for the bedroom. There'll be another switch up in the front for the living room, bedroom, and there's another switch in the bathroom. Speaking of bathroom, let's go to the master bath. As you're coming back, I'm going to open this up. We got the stackable washer and dryer. Huge bathroom, a double vanity, all this great storage for the master bathroom. Everything's nice and clean. I mean, this is we just got this in and just been well cared for. You got medicine cabinets on both sides. And one thing I always like to point out too, if you come on this side, you can see all the way in here. You got an electrical outlet in there. I think that's smart. You know, if you have your razor, your curling iron, or anything you want to keep charged, it's hidden and out of the way. So, then we got the master bedroom closet. You got those places for all your, all these little cubbies for all your shoes and any items you want to keep overhead. You can see here in the back, we've got a safe. We've got some adjustable shelves there. And then over on this side, we've got 4 more adjustable shelves. And if you look down below here, you can see there's the central vacuum equipment. We've got a couple of extra folding chairs here that are going to join the dinette. Yep, that's all that in there. Excuse me. And then you can access the safe easier from this one here. And down below here at the very bottom, this is your flush. These are macerator flushing toilets. And then over on this side, we've got some shade controls. Earlier when we were outside, I was talking about the exit door. So if I unlock this, and I unlock this, I can open up. And then this comes off. It's just held on by magnets. You can see the ladder there. So in an emergency situation, if I need to escape, I've got a ladder. A little peace of mind knowing you can get out in a different location. a good friend of mine, he's not with us anymore. He used to always say this. He said, you know, what if a bear came in here? Where do you go? Go out the door, right? Anyways, he's not with us anymore. We miss you lots, buddy. Huge shower, guys. I mean, if you're a big guy like me, I got plenty of elbow room, plenty of headroom. I'm 6'2". I can fit right under this shower head, no problem. And then I got an extra shower head here. For the ladies that like a little bench stool, you've got a little place here. And then also these are, I just found this out like a week or two ago. These are only rated up to 200 pounds. I believe that's right, but I can always double check if you guys want to get back with me. But that is all it's rated to sit on. Okay. No more questions, Jody? So again, if you're interested in a nice pre-owned diesel coach that can tow up to 15,000 pounds, has 1,450 foot-pounds of torque, 450 Cummins diesel, bath and a half, used, well cared for, this one's available. Won't last long, so please give us a call. If you're interested and you want to give me a buzz, please give me a call. You can reach me at 720-539-4711, or you can shoot me an email at grussell@transwest.com. Again, I'm Grant Russell, your RV expert with Transwest Truck Trailer RV. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.